just want to read a little bit of this piece by David Dayen in the Prospect yesterday. The coup has failed, so that people have a little bit of hope. I mean, look, this is not, there is no reason to stand down now. And this is, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be hurt by what's going on with the Trump administration going forward over the next 4 years. A lot of people are going to lose their jobs. A lot of people are going to lose their health care. A lot of people are going to lose their support, food stamps. I mean, we're just across the board. We're going to increase suffering in this country. But in terms of like our ability to build back, as it were, following a Trump administration, Dayen proclaims that he believes that the coup, as it were, has failed. The idea of consolidating power and punishment of enemies, he believes, has on some level fundamentally failed. He believes that there was an overreach. He's talking about every headline out of Washington being about Elon Musk. There's a sense among Americans that Trump is not keeping his eye on the ball. They are exhausted by Elon Musk.
Ugh.
Sorry.
Tried it again.
He writes, as the economy drifts towards a combination of higher unemployment and higher inflation, last seen in the presidency of the late Jimmy Carter, Trump will find it harder to simply sweep in and take power. Town hall held by Rich McCormick, Republican in Georgia last week, in a district that went for Trump 60-38, was a disaster, with angry constituents demanding he stand up for them and not let Trump control the federal budget and cut services for the needy. Other deep red districts have seen similar dynamics. In rural eastern Oregon, a town hall held by Representative Cliff Benz, Republican in Oregon, in a county that went 68% for Trump, the crowd shouted, "Tax Elon, tax the wealthy, tax the rich, and tax billionaires." In Oklahoma, constituents demanded that Representative Kevin Hern, who won in November 60-34, put Musk under oath. In Wisconsin, Representative Glenn Grantham won by a similar number. At a town hall near Oshkosh, he faced a parade of boos and shouts, as did fellow Wisconsinite Representative Scott Fitzgerald, Republican. I can tell you right now that no national group is saying we need to dedicate our resources in Oklahoma or in, a county that went 68% for Trump. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's going to their donors and say, if we just had funding.
Right.
I mean, people are pissed. And now, there's a small percentage of people who are paying attention. Maybe these are Democrats and indivisible people going out to these town halls. I have no doubt that's the majority of them. These are not Trump voters who are doing that. But even if he won by a 68% to 38% or 60 to 38% margin, you don't want the news reminding people who are not paying attention to this that, hey, wait a second. Not only are the egg prices high, which they know when they go to the store, but what's going on?
I also, these are real people in these communities. These are real people who are going to be affected and see their economy destabilize. And even if they're the biggest MAGA person ever, they may go to soccer with another family, and like their kid is playing on the soccer team with parents, one of them who just lost their job, laid off in the federal workforce. So the idea that this can happen and not affect communities across the country, maybe we'll get into this in the fun half. There are almost 1 million federal workers in states that voted for Donald Trump. Over 1 million, or almost 1 million. And I think a lot of these folks are going to run for office. We'll see if they have good politics. I mean, that's kind of more what I care about. But I do think that there's going to be a grassroots movement to have some of these fired federal workers challenge these Republicans.
Yep. All right, we're going to take a break, head into the fun half, and we've got some polling on the economy, which is really stunning.
All we have to do is flood the zone. Every day we hit them with 3 things. They'll bite on one, and we'll get all of our stuff done. Bang, bang, bang. These guys will never be able to recover.
That's Steve Bannon spelling out the strategy. Overwhelm Americans with news so Trump can quietly push his real agenda. This is the shock doctrine in action, and it's happening right now. Trump is flooding the news cycle with executive orders so the media jumps from headline to headline while his real power grabs go unnoticed, and it's working. Go to ground.news/majority or scan this QR code to find the only source covering Trump quietly reversing a rule banning lobbyists from giving gifts or joining the government. Trump is using chaos to hide corruption in plain sight again. And unless you have ground news, you probably missed it. That's why I've relied on my partners for years now. Their app, website, browser extension let me compare coverage from across the political spectrum, find angles my usual outlets may have missed. Because I can't track everything Trump's doing or undoing, I've also built personalized feeds to follow key issues from independent sources I trust. This way, I'm not getting sucked into the same media traps everyone else does. So if you're tired of getting lost in the chaos, get the same unlimited access Vantage plan I use for almost half the price. Just go to ground.news/majority or scan my QR code to subscribe for $5 a month. If you aren't controlling your news, they're controlling you. Hey folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.